Well, for you animal lovers that have been keeping pace with us on our little dog, well, not a little dog, he was a big dog, and this morning was a bad start to my day. I got up to do my workout, which I get up very early, usually around 5, and I go out and I'm left in peace. Nobody comes and asks me anything, so that's a really great time. It's around 4:30, 5:30, that kind of time. Well, I came out this morning and I went out just to check on our dog. He's been suffering for 2 weeks now. As a Westerner, as a foreigner, be it American or British, we don't allow our animals to suffer at the end. And you will see on YouTube, you will see many heartbreaking stories of people who have had an animal put down that has been like a member of their family. It's not quite like that here in the Philippines. Dogs, unless they are to be kept in the house all the time, which is something that Filipinos don't, in the province, I'm talking in the province as always, they don't seem to take dogs into the family in quite the same way. We came from the mountains to be where we are right now, and in the mountains we sometimes would have 10 or 12 dogs. They're farm dogs. They're never tethered, they're never tied up, they never have a collar on the list. They come and they go. If you have a dog and you actually think the world of it, if he doesn't want to live with you, he's free to go. That's the difference. And farm dogs, they fend for themselves. Now, we used to have the vet come up to the house in the mountains and he would treat the dogs that would let him. So some of the dogs, as soon as they saw that hypodermic and they knew that they were going to get a jab, they'd be gone and they wouldn't come back for a couple of days. And this is the other thing about dogs, which I've tried to explain before, and that is that with these mountain farm dogs, they are very independent. They choose where they're going to live. We had one dog that didn't belong to us. It belonged to Rado, but it decided that it was going to come and live with us. Vice versa. Dogs will suddenly decide that they're going to go and live with Lena, and they're able to do that. And it's not opposed, or we don't go down there with a leash and a collar and say you're coming home. See, so it's very different. They are loved, but in a different way. And as I said, you can see heartbreaking stories on YouTube where these dogs have in the West. These dogs, they have their own bed in the living room and pillows and blankets and things. And it's difficult for those people to understand what it is to have 10 or 12 farm dogs. Well, anyway, you see that the family is in grieving when one of their little friends dies. Well, when we came down from the mountain, we did actually try to bring Red with us. Red wouldn't come. He wouldn't come. We tried to bring Porgy with us. Porgy disappeared, right? And whenever we'd been up there, if it even looked, these dogs are intuitive, if it even looks like you're expecting them to get in the truck, they're gone, and they don't come back for a couple of days. Well, Turko was the only one who, from being birthed into one of the dogs in the mountains, was the most affectionate dog, and he was the one that the others would, when you arrived home, the others would come and they'd be happy to see you. But Turko was just delighted. He just jumped and ran about and acted silly just because you were home. So he's been a hard one to say goodbye to. And so this morning I had to bury him. And we buried him close by. Now, as I said, Filipinos will not take the life of the dog because they believe that it should be given the chance to live. So whereas I would have had Turko put down to save him suffering, haven't been able to do that because Beth just will not. He's her dog too. So it's been hard. Anyway, I'll be back.